So recently, Jake Paul, that's right, Jake Paul, has been raided by the FBI on his Calabasas home in Los Angeles, and we're gonna break it down as to why it happened, how it happened, and what is the exact cause of this. Because this is insane. Like, this is a lot more than I expected. This is also not. This is not Jake's fault. Most of this isn't his fault, surprisingly. I mean, yeah, it's not totally his fault. So we're gonna break it down. So the main culprit of this going down was this guy named Armand Azadi. Now he's part of Team 10. He's like this seemingly this party animal kind of guy, and he does a lot of bad stuff, a lot of really bad stuff. Now one guy who is an ex Team 10 member named Adam Quinn, he's one of the main, I guess, witnesses, or yes, the main witnesses to this situation. He was featured in a Drama Alert video today, and he spilled almost everything because there's some things in where you just cannot talk about it publicly because there's some legal stuff going on, and some personal stuff going on, like personal, not legal, but personal and legal stuff going on. So he wasn't able to talk about that, but he did talk about a lot of things that were very crucial towards what this is. Okay, so first of all, if I should get this out, Armand's what is it called, the graffiti mansion had been raided as well in Las Vegas, and in there they found quite a bit of stuff as well. Okay, so now back to Adam. So Adam said quite a bit of stuff. So he basically said again that Armand is the main culprit. He's actually done some criminal stuff. Now, here's a list of things that he did according to Adam. So what he first said, he said that he lived with Armand for about 4 to 5 months in the Team 10 house, and Armand was very, he's a very abusive person. He beats up people for absolutely no reason. I believe there's like this clip of Logan Paul, and I believe Logan Paul's vlog where Armand tries to beat up some guy.
What the fuck off me? No. Fuck argue with me in a fight day, bitch.
Oh my god.
Please, bro.
Chill. You gotta chill. You have to, bro. For the sake of you, gotta just fucking
And he fails, but then most of the time he just beats up random people in the Team 10 house as well, and in different places. And he's very short tempered, and he doesn't really give a shit. And also one thing is that he's a very manipulative person. He also has this team, I believe team of 5, who try to make him a good person and try to stay out of, or try to make him put out the main places in where he cannot get into public trouble, where people can know that he does bad things. So that's why he's been classified as this normal guy, normal, but this party animal, who's kind of rich and stuff. So now we get to know that he's not always that kind of guy, and he's not just a party animal as well. So that is the first thing. The second thing is that Armand is a pimp. Now, if you don't know what a pimp is, just search it up. It's illegal. They're very abusive people towards. Just search it up. It's illegal, and he was openly a pimp. All right, and he was very abusive to the girls in his house. He used to call he had a team of 300 to 400 girls. I believe his Las Vegas mansion. Las Vegas graffiti mansion. Yes. So he had these crazy amount of girls, and he was very abusive towards them. So let's just start from the beginning. So about the girls part. So he used to he was begging for the Team 10 Instagram account so he could DM girls to come over to his place, and he used to in general bring so many girls over to the Team 10 house, saying that it was a Team 10 photo shoot or doing some business stuff. But in the end, he asked them to do this acts, these I don't know, I'll get demonetized for this, but these actual acts, these three sums and all of those things, which is not good for especially a person like Jake Paul, because you're using to a celebrity named Jake Paul to get these women and do things which a guy named Jake Paul, whose audience is mainly children or mainly minors, are trying to get these things to happen. You're first of all using Jake Paul. Second of all, you're trying to do these and also promote these kind of ideas for Jake on his YouTube channel. And imagine if any of these things get exposed, and Jake Paul will instantly be involved because this is his house. This he's using the Team 10 account, the Team 10 house. So this will all tie up to Jake Paul. Now this is basically using Jake Paul. And now we step it up. So he said that Armani would do bad things to these girls. He would abuse them. And he said one of the girls who went to his house, 18 years old, came crying the other day saying that Armani raped him. That's right, raped him. And I guess you guys can make out what that means. And it's real. That's again, that is that's an offense to the law. First being a pimp, now doing the R word, which is two offenses to the law. And he would do this on the regular, and acting as if it's such a normal thing. And again, Jake's image is exposed out there. He's doing these things, but this really has a big effect on Jake Paul. And also the reason why the women that came forward with this, not to the public but with him, they signed an NDA, a cease and desist letter, that basically does not allow her to report this or bring it to the public. But when it's involved in something like this, in a criminal law or a criminal case, it is definitely 100% allowed to spill these kind of things. Now, all these things, plus some of the private things which are not allowed to be shared public, are the reason why Adam left Team 10. And also, yes, because Arman was still in the team, and basically he was a smart person in general to just leave Team 10. He also knows that Jake Paul knew about all of this, because he told him to get rid of Arman, and when he didn't get rid of Arman, and he told him everything, what was going down and what he was doing, Jake said, no, we can't let him go. He's like he's important towards all of this, and he left because of that. And these girls that he was calling him in for allegedly Team 10 stuff, business stuff, wasn't really benefiting them at all, because it was just benefiting the girls who went there, because those girls benefited. They got the followers, the likes, and it wasn't really Team 10 related as well. So it's just a loss. It's just a loss again. Now it kind of gets even worse. So Adam said allegedly that Arman's crew did a lot of they basically kind of roofied these women who came to the house sometimes. He would have like so-called slaves who would work for him for free, and he would manipulate them into thinking that they were going to be this huge star if they worked for him for free, or that kind of stuff. So these people filled rooms with alcohol, an upstairs room of the Team 10 mansion. They filled one room full of alcohol, and they used to get these girls up there and make them drunk as hell, so that they didn't know what was happening. And then him and some of his his associates did bad things, harassed them, did a lot of yes, I guess you guys know what I mean. And one of the people actually came out a video of it, but didn't specifically mention Arman. Now, this is one of the main things, is that the fake Tana Mojo and Jake Paul wedding, remember that? That was a sponsored thing, and Jake Paul had $40,000 of cash just with him. I'm believing it's from the sponsors. They just gave him some money in hand, and apparently, Armani, uh, apparently it was just somehow in his bag, in his Louis Vuitton backpack, instead of Jake Paul's where he kept it. Now, this, I mean, he basically stole $40,000 because there's $40,000 in the in with Jake Paul. So he stole $40,000, and luckily, they everyone got to find it. And what's funny was, to make it things even worse for him, was that it was in this place where there were no cameras in the house, because everywhere in the house has cameras, but the specific place was his room, Armani's room, where he had the $40,000 somehow. I mean, it was supposed to be with Jake, but now somehow Armani just took it. Maybe. Yeah, this can't figure that out, of course, but yeah. So he stole $40,000 from Jake, and luckily it was found back and stuff. So that was pretty bad. And the reason why Jake Paul's home was invaded by the FBI, it ties to a lot of things, because see, so many operations and so much of stuff went down in Jake Paul's house. So much of stuff went down in Jake Paul's house, like he just said, and a lot more things. Considering especially that Armani's cameras on his room aren't there, so that just begs the question even more: what more has this guy have to offer in terms of bad things, of course? So this is a lot of stuff. There's of course a really good reason as to why his mansion was raided, as well as the graffiti mansion. And Jake Paul was all fine with this. The thing is, he knew everything, but he didn't come forward with it to the FBI because he thought Armani was helping him, or I don't know. That makes sense as to why Jake Paul might get some kind of might get arrested or something like that. Something might happen with Jake. At least probably arrested for a year or something. I'm not sure. I don't know what charges will he get. Now here are the previous charges that Armani Zadi has gotten. So there's an article from Distractify which already covered some of these things a year ago. That's right, a year ago. So they said he worked as a pimp as well, and he has been in jail before. Now, he allegedly hired a crew to shoot one of his videos at a party, but one of the men hired said that there weren't enough attendants to make it overly interesting, so he ended up punching and kicking a man he hired. He pleaded guilty to attempt battery, and they paid him a $30,000 check and a civil suit. Now this is again first he could have gone to jail because he paid $30,000, but in 2013 he was arrested with 20 counts of various crimes. That is insane. Kidnapping. Okay, there. Pimping. There's pimping. Robbery. Battery. Dude. This is insane. And of course, 3 women had claimed they worked as prostitutes for Armani, and they'll be solicited on equivalents. So, boom. Already 100% this guy has been arrested or convicted of some sort of crime before, and this is just disturbing. I don't know how will he get out of this. Plus this is the FBI, so I don't know. I honestly don't know what happened to him, but so far we know a lot of things as to why this happened, and it seems that Jake is just like, he's sucking on Armani so hard. I don't know why he defends him so much. Later on, probably we'll see where all of this just relaxes and becomes an easy way. Like, it's possible for people to tell the story and not get into legal trouble or anything like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want, and bye.